Hello, eBayers. This is Kenny Techie, and today I'm selling an Acer Aspire 1 722. This was a netbook produced by Acer a couple years ago. It was billed as an HD Internet netbook, which basically means that you can watch videos and browse the Internet in full 720p HD glory. Now, as I'm going to show you a little bit later, some of those claims are probably a little bit overblown. But the things that are important is that it does have a full 720p display. It has a dual-core AMD 1 gigahertz processor. It has 4 gigabytes of RAM, and it has the netbook itself has some pretty cool and unusual features. Like, for example, it has a full HDMI out port on it. So I definitely think that, if you want to use this for an HTPC or something along those lines, I definitely think this might work out for you. Now, for full disclosure, I want to talk about a couple differences that this has from the standard netbook that was sold a couple years ago. First thing, it is used. It does have some wear, and one of the most notable problems with it is, unfortunately, the LCD screen developed a little bit of damage. And if you can see, if you look real closely on the lighted background, you can see right there, there's a couple little streaks in the display here. Now, how annoying you're going to find this is really up to you. It's very noticeable on a black background. On a light background like this, you could barely tell. And if it's white, it's almost completely invisible. But I think for full disclosure, I do have to point out that it's there. And I'm going to reboot the computer a little bit later so you can see what it looks like on a black background. One other thing is, unfortunately, the original hard drive in the computer kind of went kaput. So I had to install a 150 gigabyte Western Digital hard drive. The hard drive, I got it out of an older Alienware system, which was designed as a gaming laptop. It's actually a very fast hard drive, and its performance is definitely comparable to the original one that came with it. Unfortunately, it's quite a bit smaller. This originally came with a 320 gigabyte hard drive. But the truth is, for this kind of computer, I really don't think that you need a hard drive of that size in order to find it useful. But once again, full disclosure, that's another thing that you have to deal with. All right, so let's go and look at the performance, and I'm going to show you here how it performs doing HD video. And you're going to see, of course, that there's just a little bit of stuttering here. So let me go ahead and play this, and you can see what it's like. Yeah, so you can see it already. There's quite a bit of stuttering here. So the claims that the Acer originally made that this could easily browse 720p videos on the internet are a little overblown. Now, one thing it can do though, pretty well though, is just a standard. We'll set it to 380p here, and you can see the difference in performance. Yeah, so you see if you do like sort of a standard internet video at a lower resolution, it works just fine. So anyway, let me go ahead and close out of that. So basically, here's what you can expect from this. You're going to be able to do your basic word processing, internet browsing, video watching. You're going to be able to do all that stuff, perfectly fine. But don't expect this computer to be a power horse. Even when it was produced 2 years ago, it wasn't blindingly fast or anything. And of course, the age is certainly showing at this point. Now, one thing you could do to really improve the performance is originally is that when I bought this, the first thing I did is install Windows 8 on it. And with Windows 8, it actually runs much better, much faster, much cleaner, that sort of thing. So if you have an extra copy of Windows 8 sitting around, you definitely should consider installing that on here. But it still runs pretty well on Windows 7. Now, let me show you how the reboot times, just to give you a better sense of how well it works. Restart. It's booting up now. And I just wanted to show you the streak there, and you can see now that it's on a black background, it's much, much more noticeable. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, now we're back up. So you can see, the reboot times are pretty fast. So as far as that goes, it performs pretty well. So once again, this is a netbook. Don't expect it to work as well as a full-blown laptop. If you need something really cheap to cart around to work, to do some light word processing, maybe fiddle around with Excel, that sort of thing, this is definitely a good option. But if you want anything more than that, if you want something that's going to be able to do some light gaming or something you're going to be able to watch full 720p videos over Netflix, that sort of thing, you're probably going to want to look at a different option. All right. So anyway, Acer Aspire 1 722. Bidding will start at $70.